What scam did you fall for? Because you got Elizabeth and Radar here on the mix. And a lot of times we get emails. You get emails at work, and sometimes some of them seem to be a little bit off. And both Elizabeth and I have gotten a recent email. In the past, I have just gone ahead and responded to an email because I'm just like flying through my emails. And I failed like twice. I had to retake the test. And then I get a link, and then I don't even know if that link is right, but it comes from our IT people in our whole company saying, "Oh, you failed. You clicked on something you weren't supposed to.
Radar was the bad student.
Or you deleted it and didn't click on the little fish hook to say it's phishing. So now you got to go through the training." So I sit and watch all the videos. You know, I didn't fail, but I was the rebel student. You know, got in-house suspension twice in high school. Elizabeth, ever get suspended in high school?
No, are you kidding me? I was class president. Radar and I were never. We talk.
So that's what did it.
We talk all the time about how opposite we were growing up in high school,
Totally.
and how we both still ended up here in the same place doing a radio show together.
Yeah.
No,
Big
I
time.
did not get suspended. I think the last time I got detention was when I was in second grade because I forgot to get a piece of paper signed from my parents in the take-home folder. And because you were in second grade, grade 2, that meant you had to stay after 2 minutes after school.
2 minutes?
If you were in third grade, you'd have to stay over 3 minutes after school. And I remember crying, thinking my mom's not going to know where I am.
Minutes.
I'm in second grade. I'm little. I'm young. And my older sister was out there waiting for me. She had no idea I was in detention. I kept running out, crying, feeling so bad about it. They didn't really notice that I was gone for 2 minutes, but it left an impression on me.
I used to stay after school for a half an hour, and then also the in-house suspension at Hartford Union High School. That was all day. You had to show up to a room, and that was it. And you couldn't sleep.
The
you had to
naughty
make sure you did
student.
so. Well, yes, I have been the naughty student in the past. But recently, I got an email from our own afternoon guy, Brett Andrews, and it said something kind of weird like, "Hey, we'll have to go over that before you commit because we need to know where you're standing with this situation. Does that sound good?" And I was like, what? So I went above and beyond as the bad student that I'm supposedly am. I took a screenshot, sent it to Brett and said, "Dude, did you send this?" And
Smart.
He messaged or he texted back and said, "No, I did not send that." I'm like, all right, fish hook. And then I got the
They're
email.
fishing you.
"Great job. You successfully identified a security training email. Congratulations, Radar." Yay. And I still kept it. I have it on my phone. Matter of fact, you know what? That's my lock screen right now.
Congratulations, Radar. You're awesome.
Yeah.
You passed the test.
So then I knew that Elizabeth probably had some sort of tests because we all seemed to get them at the same time. And Elizabeth didn't say anything to me.
No.
And then all of a sudden, I had mentioned that I had passed the test. I'm gloating. I'm running around going, yes, finally.
And then I get an email.
And then you got an email, Elizabeth, saying,
a very professional email that said, "Hello, Elizabeth. This just-in-time training is legit and is from our email security tool because you've received a phishing simulation email on April 14th, which had the subject line of negative review alert, action required for your Google business listing. According to this system, you've interacted with this email
you did.
and clicked on the phishing link.
Oh!
After clicking the link, a short security awareness training should have appeared explaining the red flags in that simulation email so you can better recognize similar threats in the future.
Busted.
It
You
says,
got
it looks like
busted."
you've missed completing the training. That's why you're receiving this reminder email to complete the training. If you have questions, I'm happy to tell you more. And then I was like, hey, Mark, I don't recall seeing this email, to be honest. I don't know.
Oh,
I
sure.
clicked on this.
You're
I don't
gonna-
know. I said, can you resend the quiz?
Wasn't me.
Sorry for the extra work,
Wasn't me.
but I
Wasn't me.
appreciate you making me aware.
Kind of
And
like
he's
my
like,
kids.
Hi, Elizabeth. You can find the quiz here. It's called the just-in-time training.
Yeah. How long was that training that you had to take?
A minute. It wasn't that long. It
Mhm.
wasn't that long, but I missed it. But then I do
Got
recall
busted.
there were a couple emails that came through.
Uh-huh.
I do leave a lot of Google reviews. I like to leave Google reviews for a lot of businesses that I work with, I buy from, shop at. I read Google reviews, so I like to leave Google reviews. So for them to say, hey, negative review alert, action required,
Mhm.
immediately I'm sure I thought, oh my gosh, wait, what happened with my comment? And so I clicked on that. But now I'm to the point, Radar, the way our system is set up,
Yeah.
in our Gmail here that we have at work, and maybe you mixers have something similar with your work email. Radar referenced it earlier. The little fish hook, fish alert. I'm just going to click that for anything that's not directly from our people.
You're just gonna cover yourself?
Yeah, because
Blink, 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 blink.
this email that he sent me was pretty blunt to say like, you haven't taken the quiz, and by the way, you failed
Yeah.
because you clicked on the wrong email.
You got busted.
You've interacted with this email, which means it could shut down the entire operation and all of our computers
Yes.
nationwide here at our radio station.
That's your test. Don't click on those
So I
links.
failed that test, but
You did.
I do go over the emails. That's one thing you all can do if you don't know
Obviously
that. You go
not.
over the emails to see if they're a real email address. That's step one.
Yes.
And in that case, maybe I did do that, but I don't know that I really remember all of the details of that email. So I failed, learned from my mistake.
You did. No,
But aren't we all just clicking around so quickly just to get this done and move on to the next thing and cross it off our to-do list?
I deleted everything out of my deleted folder, all that stuff. I'm like, I don't even want that here at all because I don't get what this might be. But yeah, to be able to get the win and Elizabeth getting busted finally
The
for
loss,
once.
I guess I'll take the L.
Take the L.
I didn't do it right.
There you go. You
So
didn't do it right.
learn from our mistakes.
There you go. Yes. And I'm sure a lot of you have probably had this happen before. You can stay anonymous too. 414-432-1099. What scam have you fell for? Have you fallen for something that,
They're all over the place.
you don't realize it? Like Elizabeth said, I kid by saying, you got busted. But there's a lot of emails like this one from Brett. I was like, before I move forward, what did we talk about? So I almost decided to respond and go, bro, what are you talking about? But I was like,
you see how
wait a
savvy
minute.
these scams have gotten?
Because I looked at his address, his name, everything is spelled correctly. I'm like, that's weird.
You want to be a good student.
You do. And are you a good student? Did you
like
catch something?
Radar.
Yeah.
Not like me.
Or did you hear about somebody falling for a scam? 414-432-1099. Go ahead and share. We'll keep your name anonymous if you're a little embarrassed by it. But you know what? You shouldn't be embarrassed because this is good learning. You got to learn about these things so that maybe our other mixers out there that are listening are like, oh, I got that same thing. Or I might get that same thing. You don't want to click on this stuff. 414-432-1099.
Those scams,
Nasty, man, I'm telling you.
they are so thought
They
out.
prey on the elderly in the both independent and assisted living. My mom had somebody lose like 10 grand. He thought, oh, okay, I better pay this bill. And nope.
10 grand. You're gonna get a bill for 10 grand and not think.
Yeah, they said
What did I?
they did it a couple times.
Can you grab that and see what's up? Thanks.
They do a little bit at a time and then they really
Hi, the
slam
next-
you.
Who's this? Hi, Grace. What do you have a scam of
Grace.
sorts?
Shine bright diamond. I don't want to miss the thing. Is 8 minutes long. Right?
Well, it is good that our IT department is that on top of it, that they are paying
I mean,
attention.
I got busted twice. I was like, I'm never gonna find this.
But they also just prove that these scam artists are getting more and more clever
He was. I couldn't believe that.
and
That was
savvy
Brett's
with what they're doing.
email. I'm like, oh, it's his name. It's his email address.
I'm gonna put you on hold, and we'll come to you live on the air. Okay.
Grace on line 1.
What's
Cool.
Grace
And
got?
If you want, you can change your name too. It's totally up to you.
Change it to Elizabeth. Kidding.
Yeah, no problem.
What
so
the what?
So would you like to go buy something else?
Anonymous.
Okay, perfect. All right, cool. All right, we'll be with you in like 30 seconds.
There we go. What do we got?
She got.
Is it her name?
No, keep it Grace.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just a little unwell because I got scammed. Now my computer's hacked. What scam did you fall for? It's Elizabeth and Radar talking about it because I did not fall for a phishing email. Elizabeth did.
Thanks for pointing it out, Radar.
Normally, I'm the one who does it, and I've had to take these extra video classes, and I'm like, I got to stay after work to do this. But Elizabeth, you got suckered into this one. It's hard though.
They were playing into the fact that they said an action required for your Google business listing.
Action required.
Negative review alert. I'm like, what? Who put a negative review on something? What does this mean?
Right, exactly. 414-432-1099. Grace, thanks for joining the show. Were you scammed?
Yes, good morning. We work with a lot of DocuSign documents.
Oh.
So I clicked on one that I had to sign from a different agency. And unfortunately, it was a hack. And the hackers got into my entire system.
No.
And they basically hijacked it, took over all of my emails. So I wasn't even receiving emails. They were, and replying out to the world.
What a
and
mess.
I'm connected to state systems. So even the state was hacked.
Oh.
And
Oh no, Grace, the
essentially
state was hacked.
They were crazy. Yeah.
Okay, Grace, at what point did you realize that this had snowballed into such a mess? Was it almost immediately? Like, I think about that episode of The Office when Michael Scott accidentally sent the whole company the
goes.
picture of Jan topless on their vacation to Jamaica. Like, when did you realize how bad it had gotten?
Well, essentially, that is exactly what happened. Immediately,
You had a
my
naked picture of
coworkers-
yourself go out there? What?
Whoa!
Okay, I'm sorry.
Immediately, the coworkers were like, "Hey, did you just send me this? Why are you sending me a DocuSign?" And I'm like, "I didn't. I'm standing at the copy machine. I didn't email anything." And right away, we got our IT involved. We didn't know the extent of it for a whole week because they're so slick at hiding themselves in your system. So after they hid themselves and sent the world all this stuff, I was blocked out of a million things. And unfortunately, I am a key person that I have to receive emails from these different agencies. So it's like,
Oh no, but here you are just trying to do your job. Again, it's so easy to do it because you have all these things coming
Ridiculous.
into you and that just blends in with the rest of the email. So you didn't even think anything. What was the most embarrassing part of this whole process?
well, to this day, I'm still getting things that are sent DocuSign, but they're in our blocking system.
Oh,
The
good.
Barracuda picks them up. And, you know, for me, it was getting back into the system. I had to call the state and say, hey, I understand this happened, but we need to get me back in. And, you know, I'm so sorry. And I had to keep apologizing. And
Yeah, was there any
it
kind of
made
like
me
penalty for
feel
this?
bad.
Was there any penalty or suspension or did anything happen to you because of this?
No. Thankfully, I work for a very family-friendly organization.
That is good.
Yeah. Did you bring in donuts and coffee for a week just to say sorry?
For a week? I think a year for this one. This was pretty big. The state got hacked. Oh,
That would suck.
be so uncomfortable.
Oh. Yeah, that was me.
Woo! Watch out for those scams, y'all.
Everyone's going to be scammed and you're going to be fired. No.
You can see how it happens, though.
Nasty.
All right. We are in a commercial break. We're going to run, get some water. Radar's probably get some more coffee.
Got
And
coffee
we will be
up?
back in the 8 o'clock hour. Thanks so much for watching.